With the new Wreck-It Ralph 2 Breaks the Internet just being released over the weekend, I thought it would be a great time to do a little review of the first wave of the Wreck-It Ralph series. We got 1 through 5. We're going to take them out of the box. There is a few different box art on them. We're going to check out that too. Let's go.
I'm gonna wreck it!
Fix it, Felix!
I can fix it!
Closing time, last game, everyone out.
With Wreck-It Ralph 2 Breaks the Internet coming out on Thanksgiving Eve 2018, how did it fare up in the box office against the other movies? Well, Wreck-It Ralph 2 defeated Creed 2 for the top domestic spot with $84.9 million in sales. It actually racked up more than the previous sales of the Wreck-It Ralph movie with its $49 million in the regular first 3-day weekend, early November 2012. According to the early projections, the sequel is on fast track to make $189 million in North America and $471 million internationally. So far, it's the second biggest Thanksgiving opening ever after Frozen, which opened during the holiday weekend in 2013, bringing in nearly $100 million in just 5 short days. Yeah, so with the new Wreck-It Ralph movie coming out, and the numbers not that far off from Frozen, but you gotta remember that was 5 years ago, and it brought in that much. I still never watched Frozen, and I'm still never collecting those upside down Olafs or any of those Frozen Funko Pops. So let's start out going backwards, I guess. We'll start out with number 5 to 1. I have not seen the film yet, I will add that. And there is the new wave out. But let's start it out with Turbo. Bang! Turbo, Disney's Turbo. Number 5, you got the Disney on the front. This has a red, and a darker red than compared to like the Vanellope or the King Candy. I don't know if it was added, but later on, I don't really know why they have different box art, especially this early on in the stage of collecting. This is Disney number 5 Turbo. On the front of the box, you can see half of the actual character here. You can have the full pose. He has a very white outfit. On the back, you got the 5 characters, and again, that different box art on the side. We have the Turbo there. You have the head on top, and it just should say what year was released and from what factory it was actually sent out of. JJL 2013, and then this right here actually tells you the month and the day it was actually released, by the way. Let's crack it open and check it out. Okay, so we have Turbo out of the box. He's the villain from the movie, and you can see early on in the Funko days on how bad their paint jobs were. Just look at that head. Yuck. Look at that thing. I even have one to the side here that's even worse than that. Check out the T on this bad boy. Look at that T. It's off. It's so bad. It's so bad. So this was at number 5. You can see the little pose he has in. He has his hands up like that. In the actual box art itself, it was a little bit greener, and you really didn't see that around his eyes. I don't know what they were thinking with their actual photos, which I'm going to show you right here. Look at this. Check this out. That's the actual photo on the box. That's the actual pop. The pop actually looks better with having those eyes like that. I don't even know. Is it a glow in the dark? No idea. But there he is right there. I think he actually looks better with the eyes here, but I would have liked that green on his body. Spin him around, you can see he has a helmet, and then you can see on the bottom right there the early process with Funko with this paint scheme that they got going on. And on the back, he's just a real plain old character. So plain and so easy to make, and he had just a little bit to do with that paint job, which just did not work out. He is part of the line, and he's the only villain. The actual value of this 2013 released, number 5 in the Disney wave, which isn't like Disney, because Mickey's series, like that's a whole different series. So I actually don't know which wave this would actually go to. If you guys know, let me know in the comments section. This vaulted number 5 2013 release is valued at $17. $17 for little Turbo. And I can see why. Not bad though. 2013, he held up for being just a villain character. Next up at number 4, we got King Candy, Disney's number 4 on the list. This one got some cool looking sculpt. You can see the photo on the front left, pretty decent, and you can see what I was talking about before with that different color artwork with the coloring. On the side here, number 4, you got the full picture of the character, and on the back we have the entire wave. There's only 5 in this series. There's no exclusives, which is sweet. And on the top here we have the same old, and this was a 2013 0920 JJL. Let's pop it open. The one thing I gotta say with these OG Disney characters, they stand perfectly fine. There is not one issue of them standing. He stood up right away. I'm loving the details that this character has. You can see with the eyebrows going upside down. He has that big nose, beady little eyes. He has a little bow on his chest, which looks pretty cool and pretty interesting how they got that on there. It's actually definitely a different piece. And then on his feet, he has like 2 apples or 2 pieces of candy on them. His eyebrows, look at that. His eyebrows are off. I've never actually seen that on any of their characters. The paint job is exactly like before, 2013 release. Early Funko. The shoes look pretty cool. On the bottom it says Funko 2000 LLC 2012, and around you can see the collar of the shirt with that hair. Look at the hair right there. And then check out his collar right there. And on top, he has his little crown as well. Going around, you can see the different colors that they used with the stripes inside of the actual outfit. And the colored socks, which goes all the way down up to the top of the shoes, and then you get to see the shoes being the same color as the jacket. This candy cane that's in his hand is, you know, let me back this up a little bit. It is kind of holding him up. It should be out a little bit further, like here, but he just wants to keep it back there. But it's perfect because it's actually helping him hold up. The crown's a little crooked, but for 2013 and these things being locked away without a breath of any air, this character I think is the highest valued one because they didn't remake him, and it was released in 2013. On the bottom it says 2012, and the actual value of the King Candy Funko Pop number 4 is 95 doll hairs. Next up we have everybody's favorite or second favorite character, I don't know. Oh man, between Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope. There was a Vanellope Dorbs ride as well, which was pretty cool. It had like these little flames of candy. I had them in my collection and I got rid of them and I took them out of the box and then I got them, and they're somewhere, I know there's one more somewhere in the storage. For Dorbs, it's definitely one of the best ones they've ever made. So let's check out the box art on here. It has the Vanellope character on the front, just like all the other Funko Pops that we've always seen. Vanellope full art and character on the side here. And on the back, we have that pink color again, just like King Candy. Vanellope, boom. And we got a 2014 release. I wonder why. I don't know if it was a re-release or they restocked them or what. But let's pop this bad boy open. Oh, fresh Vanellope. I must say, one of the best things about Funko Pops is you can take them out of their actual boxes, which is pretty cool. So we have the Vanellope figure. She actually looks identical to the box art too. I know we've been reviewing these Pops for quite a while now, and their box art usually does not add up the way it does. And right here you do get the hands on the hips. You have all the candy all over her, from her face to her hair, all over her hair right here, up to the ponytail in the back. Nice bright color, and it goes all the way around, which looks really good. And then you have on top some sprinkles, which is great. On the shirt, you can see too, it has a little bit of this like candy toy coat kind of color with the purple little, look at that, right on the strings right here. It looks really good. And then around the body, she has like a little dress on that goes all the way around, dark boots, and you can see there's actually some candy cane wraparound on her actual pants, which actually matches her jacket. You can see better in the back here. Not bad. The hood goes all the way around. There's a little bit of paint messed up here and here on the hands, but besides that, this paint job is not bad at all. You can see the little blush that she has on her little cheeks right here. Barely can get it in there, but you can see just a little bit. And then she has that pale face. If I had to choose right now, King Candy and Vanellope, I definitely have in the collection. And these look pretty good out of the box, I gotta say too. The actual Vanellope Funko Pop that was released in 2013 is number 3 in the line and is vaulted, has actual value of $75. I don't know, again, if the sales that they're taking from the new movie are going with this one, so you have to look at eBay on the last few listings to check it out. And look at those eyebrows and how wide her face is spread. Nice. The one thing you've always heard me mention, and the way I always talk, is how mint I collect these pops. I've always collected mint pops. I've never like went and said, hey, you got a damaged one. I've always collected mint ones. Let's get into it. Number 2 from the Disney line, 2013 released and is vaulted, Fix-It Felix. Yeah, definitely one of the funniest. He was funnier than Ralph himself in some parts of the film, just because he was such a tool. Yeah. How you doing? Number 2, Fix-It Felix. You can see the box on the front with those eyebrows and that little logo on his shirt, Felix. And then you have him the full character right here. Do like the way that's turning out. Darker red on the box and the Fix-It Felix name with the hat on and a 2014 release. Let's crack them open. Fix-It Felix got the FF on the hat. Check that bad boy out right there. We got the FF on the hat. We have the same, it's a little peachier color than the Vanellope. It has a little bit more of like a peach pinkish color than the Vanellope character here. As you can see, just a little bit more, which is okay. You can see those eyebrows are like way off. He's always thinking, because that's basically how the character was the entire movie. I did not see the second one yet, so I'm pretty excited to see that. And then you can tell right away, and I've tried to zoom in and focus on it, the Fix-It Felix part right here, the logo, definitely not there. Definitely not there. Wasn't ready for Funko yet. But you can see he has his gloves on, his tool belt, his I guess his work pants, his boots. He got them cuffed up on the bottom, and his outfit all the way around looks really good. Definitely resembles the character very well. If I put this on my shelf, just like I would put Vanellope or King Candy, you would know exactly who they were. Turbo Man, you wouldn't even know he's from the same film, but we're not going to talk about him. Let's get back to Felix. I do like this character, and I do like the way this this entire pop came out. Looks good. I even like the new one that came out. He looks a little bit thinner, a little bit more sleek look, and he has the hammer in his hand. This one does not have the hammer at all. He does have his tool belt on, but doesn't have it in there. Now this number 2 release 2013 Fix-It Felix Funko Pop that is vaulted now, but you can pick up the new common one for the new movie that came out over the past week. Is valued at 39 doll hairs. Again, I don't know if the Fix-It Felix common is in the same category as this. Again, if you're looking for one of these, definitely check eBay. Now the last one on the list, boys and girls, the one and only Wreck-It Flockin' Ralph. Number 1, definitely one of the funnier movies. I gotta say, He is treated so poorly that it's actually hilarious, and then you feel bad for him, and then he fights back. He's such a great character, and the guy who plays him is hilarious, of course. So we got number 1. See, we got his big head on here, half of his outfit being shown, full sculpt of the mold right there, and we got number 1, Wreck-It Ralph. Dark box on this one. Wreck-It Ralph art on the side with the lettering and up the top, and we have a 2013 released Wreck-It Ralph. Let's crack this bad boy open. All right, here we go. Wreck-It Ralph number 1, baby. It's the bigger characters, bigger of the other 4, and obviously for obvious reasons. You can see him with his orange shirt, open button on the front right here. Yep. Open button on the front right here, and then through his pants you can see it's just slouching over. His overalls slouching over. It's not buttoned. You got the brown. You got some really horrible paint on these feet here. I don't know if you can see, but it's not even painted underneath him right here. It's just painted in the front. You can see there's a button here that actually has some feel to it. On the side you can see his arms, which is pretty nice, and you can see the t-shirt being a little ripped there and torn. On the back here you can see how low his pants fall, and his strap that goes all the way down, barely reaching his butt. Going around, he has the same pose on this one, holding his arm. He does have some wild and crazy hair. If you check this out, you can see that his hair goes all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. It looks good, and it comes out very far. It's not like it just goes around and just stops. It goes all the way around the entire head. Do like it. And this one has crazy eyebrows as well. This is like the crazy eyebrow scene when it comes to these pops for this series. The 2013 vaulted number 1 Disney pop, which we don't know what line is actually from, is valued at $65. There's a new one that's out with the him holding a pie, and the other one was released as a common, so you definitely can pick them up still. I'm gonna put them all together and get a little shot of them all together and check it out. Alright, there you have it, the Wreck-It Ralph series, first wave 1 through 5. Ah, man, I've always said every once in a while that some Funko Pops look great in the box and some look great out of the box. These characters here, these animated characters, just like the Pikachu one that I just recently took out of the box, or the Gamer Mickey, looks great out of the box. Wow. I highly suggest, with the pricing being where they are now, to go after the King Candies, even the old Fix-It Felix, the Vanellope, or the Wreck-It Ralph. If Turbo's like, ugh, I want to finish my collection, but I want to pick them up, I would say pass on that and just go with these 4 and pick up the Dorbs ride with it. These definitely look iconic, as an older look to it. It's definitely not going to be part of the second wave of movie. Even though if you own the Fix-It Felix, the Wreck-It Ralph, or the new Vanellope, it's just not the same. That's why they're a second wave. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know what you guys thoughts of this review, and which character do you have or do you want to pick up in your collection. Hammer out. Boom!